because the wireless here inside, it's a little bit, it's a problem because we could not hook on the wireless network where the Apple TV is. So I have a little workaround, and I hope it works out well. We will see. Yeah, I should talk a little bit about the possibilities. What are the impacts on teaching? And I think there's a basic thing. It's the device brings us in a position we could learn everywhere. We have a device, a mobile device, and just like those old computer cabinets we have in our school, or we have in a lot of schools, even the school in Madrid is still, well, it's under construction and we're moving to a new building next year. But the old building has a computer cabinet. With computers, you can easily move down the monitor and you can lift it up. So you can gather a little bit of silence and talk to the students. And then if they want to work again, you lift up the monitors. So this is a very it's a mechanic way to get attendance as a teacher. And it's just getting a little bit easier because you can only close the device and then can talk with the students. You can walk around and work with it. So Spain has pros and cons. Technology in a German school is still technology in a German school. This is what I learned first. We're not innovative. We're behind nearly every development in German schools. If you look around, like the school like this, the setting or the arrangement of learning is even a step further. It's a step further. But we have beautiful plants. The weather is beautiful. And at some places, 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, I was in Tenerife and they had carnival. And it's very interesting because the guys changing to women during the carnival season. That's very traditional in Tenerife. And on the other hand, they have fish and good food. But what we have is apps. We have a lot of apps at the first step, and I just can show some, but you all are, you're discovering day by day. You're looking up the media, you're reading about new apps, new possibilities, but some things you may not know, some things are maybe new to you. I hope so. That's not too boring. There are apps focusing on producing things, and we all know iMovie. Actually, another company is on the market on iPad apps. There's this Pinnacle, which is quite interesting. They produced video editing software for PCs on a long base, very popular on the PC base, and now they switched to the iPad as well. So there's an opportunity. You have iMovie to choose or Pinnacle if you want. And this shows up like Microsoft yesterday announced that the Microsoft Office is available for iPad as well. So this is a big step. And I think it's a little bit scary for Microsoft because they have a Windows tablet. And now the main tool for the Windows tablet is Microsoft Office. It's available on the iPad first. So yeah, they switched the business model. It must be. But on the other hand, it's a good possibility for those users who are used to Word and Excel and PowerPoint. They have the tool now on the iPad as well and can switch easily with the documents and do not have a hassle switching formats. So in a way, it's getting more possibilities, more opportunities. But there are some things outside which are quite interesting, and there are developments like, I could not spell the name of this app, because it's from Denmark, and my Danish is not so well. It's called Tydelig. Tydelig? Tydelig? Tydelig. Tydelig. Was heißt das? Deutlich? Deutlich. Okay. It's an interesting approach to a calculator. It's a simple calculator, but with the possibility to combine input and output. And you can see if I can easily calculate, for example, and manipulate, and in and output is combined. And even I have the possibility to take one input, putting into a calculation of 2 equations or something like that. Or if I'm in need, I could switch a value at it, like this, and using a parameter, and even switching through with a parameter. So getting a scale or something like that. It's quite easy. So it can move easily in the equation and combine equations together. And even if you see the examples, you can print out graphs and so on. So there's an interesting approach to a different calculator where you can work with. Tydelig. It's a Danish project from Copenhagen. And what shows up is not only that Pinnacle and Microsoft going to the platform, it's like the Nspire as well. So we, in Madrid, we're using the Nspire calculator. It costs about 120 euro. And there's an app for it, which is at the price of really 10% of the calculator, the real calculator price. So, and offers not a dotted display, an old-fashioned matrix display, so it's offering a lot of possibilities where you can calculate. It's even more advanced. And Texas Instruments is going the step towards the tablet and the iPad as well, because they knew that their calculators are old-fashioned and they do not have the possibility to make a screen copy, bring it into presentation. So here we see things are getting together. The device is more and more used in different relations. So there are lots of examples, but I'm teaching physics, computer science, and politics, and not mathematics. So there are better guys on the market like Thomas Kudding explains things in mathematics, for example. So this is a possibility, and it's really an advanced calculator and a computer algebra system, even available on this device. And this is for science really exciting. And on the other hand, there are things like I use in physics class. It's like this one from Vernier. We have, on the market, we have a lot of companies providing measurement units for teaching natural science and chemistry and biology. But there are basically two which are very important. Vernier is the one. And I know a couple of years ago, you guys had in Stockholm here, you had Vernier in your lab. And we saw this, or I saw this first time, and we saw it in Kutztown, they had it as well. And then we worked out, we bought a little card and placed some measurement units in it. And now it's getting to the point that things could be combined on the iPad. One thing which is quite interesting, because there is an app on the Mac and the PC, it's called Logger Pro, where you can plug in the measurement units like temperature or oxygen pressure or something else. There are lots of possibilities to measure things around in every subject, like biology, like chemistry or physics. And one thing which is quite interesting is to, es en español, perdón. Pero es no problema en español, because it's just a video. So they have some examples. You can take a video of every object, of every moving object, like a car, like a train or an airplane. And well, usually you can take a camera, put it on a computer, opening Logger Pro, analyzing the thing, and then getting to the point that you have velocity, or you see the coordinates of the moving objects in a diagram like this. But the possibility here now is quite easier. You have taken the video, and you can easily, I hope I get it. So. Das war die Frage. Genau. Sag das immer so einfach. Ich glaube, ich muss einmal oder zweimal drücken, das ist immer die Frage. Oder lang, ne? Ja. Ach hey, ich muss doppelklicken. Ja, genau. Ja, kommt. Well, the thing is, we have a video has 25 pictures a second, usually, because our TV system is built that way. And we see it's getting slowly on the top. So I hope it's enough. And then we can click the button and we see we have all the information put in a graph. So this is away from the video, the moving object, and we see a click away and we have the object analyzed in a graph, in a diagram, and can work with it. And even we have the possibility to go further because here we have the velocity and the time in both directions. So this is really a step ahead because you can go out with students, taking a video of a car and analyzing how fast is the car. You just need a scale, and you can put in a scale, see like the car is 4.5 meters, and then you see how fast was the car. We did this at our school, the Lichtenberg School, walking outside, taking a picture. Every car was too fast. They should drive 50 kilometers per hour, and on average they were 65 along the road. So it's just an easy way to control velocity and even to show things like that. Well, even find out gravity and so on. There are lots of possibility with video analyzing. It's just taking a video and put in the dots and see how it works.
You have such a strong voice.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. No problem. I just know. Okay.
The people in Spain, they come closer together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that way.
What was the name of this lab?
This is video physics. Video physics. Video physics is quite interesting. It's for free from Vernier, and it's part of the Logger Pro as well, if you're using the Mac or a PC. But on the iPad, the advantage is having a camera, no hassle, plugging in cameras. Days before, we had to have a FireWire camera, taking live video, bringing it in. And so it was quite easy. We had a class for one-to-one working with the students, you know, and I was with them out there in the field working, testing, and bringing in the results. There's another app they're offering because they have so many opportunities to measure things. They have an app where you can use all your measurement units, just plug it in to the system. They have two possibilities. The first is taking the laptop with Logger Pro, hooking on the measurement units for temperature or something like that, and then the data will be spread over Wi-Fi to the iPads. So if you have an experiment in front of a desk, each student will get the data out of the experiment right after they are recorded on the laptop. So they can analyze it, they can work with it, they can do a presentation, they can do a calculation with it. So instantly, all the students will have the data which the teacher is providing right at the minute. This is one possibility. The other possibility is there's a little box they offer. The box is hooked on the network, on the Wi-Fi network, and you can also plug in all the measurement units. So this is an opportunity without a PC or a Mac. So it's quite maybe convenient if it's set up once. You just go in, making your experiment like usually, and all the data will flow to the students. They hook up and choose where are the sensors. There are wireless sensors, there's data sharing, and they have internal sensors. It's like if we want to see what are the sensors inside the device of the iPad, it's the moving sensors in all the axes, like we have here. And it's the acceleration, which is measured inside the device. So the device would like to know where it is. And we have the possibility just to measure acceleration if we move it up or down. And you see we have a measurement of acceleration right there. And it's going down. I have no acceleration. I'm standing still, moving it up, or moving it down. Yeah. Okay.
No. That's another app.
What is
This is
that?
another app, and this is also from Vernier, and this is graphical. Graphical is for free, and it's also from Vernier, and it's really a strong connection between all the stuff you already own at the school. Just plug it in and bring the data to the students. So it's quite a convenient way to collect data out of an experiment. And there are measurement units for oxygen, for everything nearly. It's really big catalog of things they offer. And I know you have already a lot of them, much more than at our Lichtenberg school. Okay, this is quite interesting. So we have things to calculate, we have things to measure, and I think this is a basic thing. Like for Germany, we have also Formelsammlung, very classical, but in a way, if I use it in physics, for example, students could have access to all physical and chemical calculating things which are important. And this one is for free as well, so it's just a download in the App Store, and you can get it. It's from the Duden Verlag, which is very popular in Germany.
Is that one available in Swedish?
I don't know.
But in English, yes.
In English, could be?
Could be.
Yeah, should be. I think so. But the Duden Verlag is it's a German
Okay.
company. Yeah,
Anyway, there should be something like it in English.
yeah, it should be. Okay. Okay. There are a lot of things out there. What is quite interesting for things like where Flash maybe is lacking, we have the Puffin browser, which is offering. We have a portal. We have a website in Germany which is called planetwissen.de. They have some simulations out there, science simulations, and we do not have access now because I have a network by myself and I'm not connected to the internet because of the issue that I'm not able to connect the Apple TV throughout the network now.
whatever.
You know, but so the Puffin browser is offering the option to use any Flash animation. This is quite interesting if you're using Flash animations from older websites like planetwissen.de. In Germany, it's a possibility, but around the world there are older websites maybe using Flash, and even those in a science relation, they're sometimes a little bit behind the time. So Puffin browser is quite an interesting app, getting connected to the websites. Well, if you want to do programming as well, this was my interest, and I'm looking really look for a possibility to program Java on the iPad because it's a closed system of security reasons and so on. There is usually not a way to do programming right away on the iPad, but there is because there are apps offered for any programming language, like Java, for example, and you can program in computer science Java and do it right in the app and calculate and so on. So for those guys who are interested in computer science, it's really a good possibility. And there are some other things you won't find or hardly find on a computer. It's like the games. And learning through games, it's not so bad. And there's another one which is, yeah, you should hold it like this. It takes a while. I have an old iPad. I have an iPad 2. But still, it's working. It would take a little time. Just to start. No, to transport cargo. And this is, if we teach algorithms, this is quite interesting because you see now here, tap on this, you have the possibility, I do not want this one. Yeah. You can see, flip it around, in the way from flipped classroom. You see there's
Is that what it means?
Türme. We have Türme von Hanoi. Oder? Wie heißt es auf Englisch? Anyone know the English term? Towers of Hanoi? Algorithm. It's an algorithm. The question is how to bring those boxes on the other side. Yeah, and you have possibilities to move. You can move the crane in this direction, bring it down, bring it up, and you have to find an algorithm to solve the problem. This is just the easy task, and it takes a while to find the algorithm, and it's without any hassle of programming language. It's just a logical thing. You have to find out how does it work, and it's quite an interesting game. Ja.
Start.
Hm?
You can start the first step. Or,
Soll ich mal starten?
yeah.
Jetzt dauert es wieder so lang bei meinem alten Teil hier. Der macht das so, okay. Jetzt müssen wir halt gucken, wie das weitergeht. Okay. And like this, there are a lot of possibilities on a scene. So, apps. Well, there's one app which is maybe quite interesting as well. I forgot about this. Because sometimes we're in need of writing a formula, and well, I'm not. Oh, zurück hier.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Zoom in. Measurement.
Und so weiter. Well, this is a possibility to write a formula. They're automatically recognized. Just scrabble with the finger. And then we have the possibility to export the thing as a picture, for example. Or we could export it as LaTeX, which is very popular among scientists writing formulas. Or we have another possibility more as an XML scheme to export the formula. But as a picture, for example, we could easily bring it down to a presentation, for example. And it's working quite quick. So export it and then bring it on a presentation. Okay, this MathPad, it's called. So, some questions to the point? I'm hoping I'm still on presentation. Okay. But we have a lot of possibilities, like taking pictures you all tried out, or combining traditional ways of work like mind mapping, taking a photo, using books and presenting things. It's like what is offered for a lot of heroes, like document camera for making pictures from a document, hooking on a smart board. It costs about €400. It's just in the device. You easily have the access to it. And even making films, you all are creative enough. I did a teacher workshop in Tenerife. The sun was shining, and they tried themselves making a little film. You know what's going on? It's really a duel. Okay, but on the other hand, they started stop motion as well. So they had two tasks. They should make a film, and they should make a stop motion film. And could you imagine what it's about? Someone here?
Economical exchange.
Hmm?
Economical exchange.
No, it's more something biology
Love.
related. Yeah. Der Blutkreislauf.
Broken heart?
No, it's not broken heart. It's not broken. It's how it works.
Oh, I see.
They tried out. They made a stop motion how the heart works, and now there are all the important words. And if we teach abroad, we always tell the students what are the articles. This is the E or and so on, because it's complicated speaking German as a native Spanish speaker. So they get some clue how they have to use the words. Der Sauerstoff, R steht für der, E für die. Well, that's a common rule we use in schools abroad. And then now they really animated the cycle, how it works out. So the two teachers, really in 1.5 hours at the first time, they used an iPad, and it's just about the idea. iStop Motion was the app they used, and was quite impressive. So we have content, and we have a lot of possibilities to work together. But I think there's one, what I heard about in this morning, there's one thing which we should develop, and this is more getting together on the platform. And this is related to the school. I think the schools should work out really a platform where they save their content, where they provide their content, and where they, like those little films about mathematics we saw, or other things. This should be collected. It's a need. It's a coming up need to collect things, and there are many possibilities. One possibility is Moodle. For sure, it is a platform over years now which developed. It has pros and cons. It's complicated and around some corners, but it's worth to use as a platform for the school, because you can really design it for your own environment. On the other hand, it's coming up iTunes U, which is getting more and more interesting, because there are a lot of content. There's a lot of content inside. There are a lot of possibilities in iTunes U, and you can use it on different devices, not just the iPad. It's possible to use it on Android systems as well. So it's not an investment in just one corner. It's possible. There's an Android app as well. Yeah, it's true. It was one major question from the teachers 2 weeks ago, because it's just an open standard. You have PDFs, you have videos, you have got links and so on, and they programmed an Android app as well. So there are two possibilities to use the iTunes U content. And
there's no app for the Mac. There's no app.
for the Mac, there is no app, no. But you can get access to iTunes, to the content as well. Limited. But there are offers worldwide of content from universities and from schools, and the content from schools is growing. And like this, the Verein zum.de, which is a German, I would say, Verein, wasn't Verein, a Verein in English. Club? Is it a club?
Organization.
Organization. Association, yeah. The SUM Association. They're providing, in traditional ways, they had websites with content on it and so on. And now iTunes U is offering learning paths. It's like more a combination of material, and there's a hint for students they can work with. They get information about the material they have to use and so on. So it's really getting a bigger picture, and they have a lot of courses on the platform. And it's a platform from the association, or schools could provide courses as well. So it's a possibility, for example, for and that's an idea we develop in Spain and in the German school there, because we have the special task with the language skills. It's like teaching German, but natively speaking, the native language which is spoken is Spanish. So we would like to design iTunes U courses for students that they have really different skills in language. And a course like this could lead through this and could help them getting deeper into the German language, because we have really an offer for the different skills then. And this is the idea. We would like to design courses which a beginner can easily start with, or which one who's more expert in German language can continue his work at a different level. And those courses could easily solve the problem, and even they could solve problems like if a teacher is away. There is a material, there's a learning path, and the student is producing a presentation and so on. It's like the things you all did, more in a structure, and the structure is exchangeable. So this is another part, and the one part which is important as well, and where a lot of possibilities on the market is the projector. One projector actually is the key in a classroom. if we do not have a projector, it sounds, for not German teachers, it sounds crazy, but we have in Germany, we do not have a projector in each room. That's the rule, that's regular. It's special if there's a projector in the room, yeah. So from the German perspective, it's a thing which is important to say, to mention, that we have a projector to be able to show things. Yeah, and there was an initiative where they brought smart boards to the schools and so on, and this is really, I think we're over it now. We knew smart boards, well, it's a tool, but it's not the key to change really the ecosystem of education. On the other hand, we have the possibilities offered, for example, by Epson, and there are others on the market, but we tried this out in Madrid. We installed Epson projectors. They're interactive, and they offer just the things you need from a projector. You can hook it on to an Apple TV, and you have sound. You have the video signal, and on the other hand, you have a pencil, a digital pencil, where you can write on the board and where you can save the things only on a USB or on a USB stick, for example. You do not need a computer beside the projector, like on a smart board, with all the failures and problems a computer usually have. Just everything on a basic level is built in the projector. So this is really good for thinking about a lot of classrooms. So we have 40 classrooms. If we would go to smartboards, we had to have 40 computers besides each smartboard, one computer, and we need a service technician to bring them right into shape. And so just the projector is including everything on a basic level, but you have the possibility to hook on a computer. You can use the Apple TV. You have a lot of possibilities. It's quite a basic but simple design. And simple often works better. So things putting together. I think this is quite important. We have a lot of possibilities, and if we go through it, I'm sorry, this is in German. We have the things which are important about learning. It's like we've talked a lot about being constructivists, working in project, thinking about having the whole day school. What does it change? Where on the other hand, we have the tablet, like the iPad, as a digital hub with school books, with the replacement of the calculator, and even the enhancement of calculating or science, as we saw. We have a presentation tool. We have the possibility to edit video, to bring it all together. It's really a tool with a tipping point because it's easy. It's an easy approach. Everybody is able to use it while it's just used with a finger. And the user interface design is quite simple. And all those possibilities, like the one I mentioned here, combined with the traditional things we already know, and lead us to a different approach to education. So the thing is, what we heard in Seville, what is coming out, and what you already practice is that now, in a math class, for example, it's possible to look at video at YouTube and to go step by step through some information how to write down a calculation. Or in physics, like there are experiments, like Millikan experiment, to see or to measure the electron, for example. If you see a video about this, you can really look into the detail. If a student is sitting in a class with 20 other students and it's looking there way behind as the experiment, it's not really possible to see things in detail. You have to move there. So for preparation, sometimes a video is quite a good opportunity, maybe a better opportunity, because you can stop at a certain point. If you did not understand, you can go back and try it again, go back and try it again. Or in the way you did it, you can reflect yourself. If you talk in a foreign language, you can really control yourself. Am I right? Am I wrong? What I have to improve or not. So if I see this video, I think I won't see it.
and fast forward.
Fast forward, it's a good thing. Okay, and we have all these things bringing together. So a learning management system for collaboration among teachers, which is quite important, bringing things together, not developing things always on their own. It's like from the idea, all the science teachers organizing the learning management system for their science classes together, maybe starting at the class 6, providing material, combining a course together, and then going further the next step. And then we have those things which called flipped. It's just that the students have the possibility to get the instruction through the platform and do the training at school. It's like switching the things. Electricity is always important. So it's like switching the scene, taking the time for talking about the things, making an experiment, researching, and so on, and getting instruction throughout those things where possible, and at the speed, maybe at a better combination of the time a student needs to learn a certain thing at their own pace. So that would be a possibility. Yeah, and we have all the things together. We could present things, we have the boards, and a flipped classroom leads in a way to a different model of teaching. Like in Germany, it's called Wochenplan. It's more a self-organized system where a student set the goal together with a teacher where he wants to be in a week. What should I learn? What is on the plan? And what should I practice, or what are my exercises? It's not that we work from lesson to lesson. It's more that we give a little bigger picture to the student and let them decide what is my topic today, what I have to learn, what I have to work on. This is the idea, the basic idea of flipping, is really changing a little bit the instructional things, like the teacher just during the lesson bringing them the stuff into the students. It's more like getting the ideas or getting the information through different possibilities, like using the library, using devices, using online tools, using online workshops, and so on, and working in the classes. You will find, if you go on Google, you'll find a lot of information about flipped classroom concepts. That's really turning around and taking more time on practicing during the lessons. So, and we have all things together, and we could easily change a little bit the things and bring it more into an effective way, I guess. It is, from my point, so far, the things about flipping and bringing things together.
Yeah. Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.